What phone you got, by the way? Yeah. What's good? What's good, you guys? What's good? What's good?
When you
Wednesday, man.
when you're dealing with the royal, you get the things fixed 2 days beforehand, dear. Let's hope the battle will keep me going.
See, this is good adrenaline. So in the heat of battle, let's see what we all do under pressure. So it's good.
You've just sent my heart rate in 120 degrees, dear.
It's all good.
It's all good. It's all good.
Guys. All right, today is Chit Chat Wednesday. So we do that every Wednesday at 8 p.m. So if you guys are tuning right now, because you start lucky, you're gonna get some value from one of our superstar. And it's Regina. She is an entrepreneur, one of the most ambitious young lady I ever met, and I'm so grateful to be in her presence right now. So today we're gonna get some nuggets from her. And I got my business partner up as well. She's gonna introduce herself. But introduce herself to people.
Right, okay. Your volume is a little bit low, just so you know. So I'm struggling to hear you slightly.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry.
That's a bit better, yeah. Yeah, I think, did you just say for me to introduce myself?
Yeah. Go on. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, so, right. So my name is Albert, and what can I say about myself? I have 20 plus years in the IT industry. And like many people over the last few years, I did something of a reassessment, and the entrepreneurial spirit in me has risen to the surface. And yeah, I'm exploring that, and I'm making a point of networking with like-minded people. And the reason I say that is because anyone who's read Think and Grow Rich, it's the mastermind it's the mastermind effect. When you mix with people who are like-minded, you become greater than the sum of the parts. Ooh. And that's one of the reasons why we're doing this podcast.
Come on. All right, thanks for the introduction. So with no further ado, Regina, so the first question I'm going to ask you, tell a little bit about yourself. Who is Regina? What Regina is all about?
All right. Thank you. Good evening. Regina is a mother. I am decision maker, community lover. My background is health. I worked in intensive care for 9 years before diverting to specialist public health and nursing, which I love dearly. Involving to look after parents or to empower women and obviously their significant others with their babies. It's something to do with, enhancing bonding and attachment, supporting women, just to find the best way of parenting their children. And obviously, I'm now an entrepreneur. Wow. So I love it, and because again, it's the passion it brings, and I kind of married it into my health background. So that's Regina.
Amazing. Well said. You couldn't put it no better way. How about you? I know you probably got a question for. What we're gonna do? I'm gonna do a question. You're gonna do a question. We're gonna get like that. Okay.
Okay. So do you want to ask yours first, or?
Oh no, I just asked about the first question. Who's Regina? What's
okay.
She about?
So I would say, okay, tell us, yeah, because I'm a nosy type of person. So tell us a bit more about your background and what inspired you to take the route into entrepreneurialism.
As I said at the introduction, I've always wanted to be a nurse. Again, once a nurse, you always be a nurse. It involves, caring for people, and it comes into so many different ways. They don't have to be ill for you to support them or empower them. I'm more driven onto prevention because I'm sure you've heard it that prevention is better than cure. It's less cost effective. If you catch something early, you are more likely to treat it or support the person rather than waiting. Hence, I went to the route of public health where I could work with parents, and being a parent myself, it took me back to when my kids were young, the support you get from people, let it be friends, let it be community, let it be professional. So that kind of drew me to love to work with people. But over the years as a mother, I encountered various obstacles. Having to work full time when you have children, it is not a walk in the park, although becoming a parent is one of the most exciting moments for so many of us. But it comes with some challenges as well. So as I continued to experience those challenges, both working and a work environment, it came to a point in life where I felt that I was not fulfilling my purpose. Hence, I started looking for other ways of finding myself and fulfilling my calling. So yes, again, it's just I'm positioning myself to support people from a very young stage. Kind of like if you look at the area around social inequalities, again, it's looking at how do young people, let's say, how do young people divert into unacceptable behavior or unhealthy behavior. There has to be a reason why, and there are so many reasons. One may look at different reasons. Family breakdown, diet is another issue, poor social, environment. There are so many. So it's quite, the topic is wide, and I found myself positioned to be able to do that. And yes. So, but I needed a platform to kind of reach out to parents at a larger scale, which I was not able to fulfill when I was employed, because it was kind of very structured and narrow. You go to work, do this, do that, and then you come back, you're tired, and you have to start all over again. So I needed something that can give me freedom and options, and I know that there are so many women out there who are looking for freedom and options.
Amazing. I love that. So the question I'm going to ask you, in terms of our mindset shift, in terms of being like an employer to become an entrepreneur, what sort of mindset shift you need as a mom, but also as a businesswoman? What sort of mindset shift you need to implement to switch over?
I think for me, first of all, you have to identify what is missing within you. Because if you don't know what you need, it's hard for you to look for a different path. Personally, I got points in life whereby I knew something was missing, and I knew that I had a lot to give, more than what I was giving. So then the question started popping in my head. How do I do that? How do I find my purpose? I knew there was a market in my area of expertise, because you always have children, you always have people, there is migration, there is where people are moving, people are traveling all over the place. So how do I find myself to position myself and reach out to those people who need me? So when that clicked, I knew, okay, I need time. I need the resources. One of the resources was time, which I didn't have when I was working full time.
Yeah.
But now I have time. I'm able to reach out to charities. I say, okay, you've got this group of young people, and this is my expertise. How can we work together? How can I work with you? And the list is endless. So the mindset, again, going back to your question, you have to identify, what do you want? The people you are serving, or where you're positioned, what are their needs? You need to find out what are their needs. Where is the gap? So are you in a position to fill that gap? And if you are, what do you need? Again, that comes back resources, and then educating yourself, listening to people who are where you want to be. Because they will hold your hand, they will teach you how they become successful, how they have achieved their goals, and so that's yeah.
Well said. I love that. That's a great answer. I love that.
Okay. So bearing that in mind, I want to stretch you a little bit. So, and unless I'm mistaken, I think you recently left your full-time job. Am I correct in saying that? So you've already taken quite a major step. So with that being the case, and you said with the mind shift, are you able to visualize, and I'm sure you use vision boards and all that, are you able to visualize where you'd like to be in 5 years' time? Do you have a picture in your mind?
I do. I would want, because again, I always call it's a movement, it's a project for me. So me helping women or parents is married to my business. There is a marriage between the two, because that is who I am. Because now I have the time to take our youngest daughter to school, which I did again when I was working, but it was always rushing. They have school play, I can't attend, or I'm sorry, I can't do that. But now I can plan ahead. I don't have to worry, I can't do this because I have this meeting at work, I can't do this. So I want to be able to have this platform. It's actually I will be a charity. I've got the name, Meet My Brother, and it's something I've been working on. So I want to see myself positioned in different areas. My work will be positioned in different areas. And then I'll be able to have a team of women, powerful women, who are working with me, who are coming with me for us to drive the change. Because if we don't do it, we will sit there and always blame other people. Or why can't the government do this? Or why have they shut down the playgroups? Why? But what are you doing? We can do this together. So I want to position myself. As you are aware, I've got a team of dynamic women in Oxford. And, we'll be working together again. They can position themselves there with the support, and then carry on to plant the seed. And directorship is the route I'm on now. And again, as we go along with the team, we are changing lives.
Amazing. I love that. So I just want to dive into a little bit about purpose. In what stage within your life you would say you find a purpose, in terms of like what you're doing in terms of the charity and the impact you have among the women in Oxford? What stage of your life did you find?
I would say, if I go back a bit, I rewind back a bit, I would say about 4 to 5 years ago, something just crept in my head. It wasn't, I think it was something I've always wanted to do, because being a mother myself, there were areas that there was missed opportunities. And I look back and say, if I knew what I know now. And I think you agree with me that when you look at statistics, you look at areas where children tend to fail, the so-called the broken families, either single parents. That is the highest statistics, the figure where you come from, where you grew up, if you have mom and dad. It doesn't often talk about children who have failed, even though they have both parents, or children who have gone into maybe, unhealthy behavior, but they still have those the two parents. So for me, it was looking at the gap and asking myself, oh yes, okay, there are women and sometimes men who find themselves single parent for various reasons. It could be marriage breakdown, it could be one has passed away, it could be so many reasons why people become who they are. But rather than keeping that stigma attached to them, how can they be empowered to use the resources available to support them and be the best? Because again, you look at the community. If you are a single mom or dad, there must be somebody in the community who can support that family. It doesn't have to be financially. So for me, it was about 4 years ago, and I said, okay, there has to be a better way. And every time you put on the news, you hear another young person has been murdered, this one has been murdered, and you hear schools and the head teachers calling out to local communities, professionals who can support, bring any idea you have. So it was about 4 years ago, and I said, look, this is my calling, this is my purpose, and this is what I want to give back to the community.
Amazing. I love that.
I agree with Devon, and it's kind of like I'm kind of like listening to what you're saying. It's like when you start, this is how I see it, kind of from my perspective. Once you start going down that road, you then suddenly begin to realize that certain things that you thought were impossible suddenly become possible. So the dreams don't seem like fantasy anymore. They seem like something that's tangible. So yeah, so it's always interesting when I hear people talking about it from their perspective. Unfortunately, we're a bit pressed for time today. So is there anything anyone would like to say before we close this live? Or
actually, I got one more question for her, So in terms of impact, Regina, what impact do you want to obviously leave on this earth before you go on to the next universe? What is the impact you want to leave?
I want to see a change in terms of young people, mainly young black boys. When they meet another black boy, it's a brother. It's not. What's the word? It's not. That person is not against them.
Yeah.
So when I met you, much as I'm a woman, but still, when I met you, you are my brother. So how can we implement that in young people as a community? So I want a young man to meet another young man and say, "Hi, brother," give him a shake or give him whatever it is. And again, that work will be alongside the project I'm working on. Regardless of where you live, you meet someone, you shake hands, "Hi, brother." And because that's what I saw when I was growing up, and it can be done.
Thank you. I truly
appreciate that.
I truly appreciate you coming out here. Obviously, I know time is something we all obviously struggle to maintain, and you decided to grace us with your presence. And it's a pleasure again to know who Regina is as a person. And I could see the growth within you as well. And I know the impact you're going to be having within yourself and in the community is going to be immense. So I'm excited for you. And I want to see the different progress within your life. So
Thank you.
Excited.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you coming. Thank you. And we'll do it again.
Thank you, absolutely.
Thank you.
Right then. Good night, everyone. Thanks everyone that attended. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.